Howdy do, fella kids. It is the professional Dillweed here, and welcome back to another video. And today I'm doing a first ride on the 2021 Kawisaki Z-650. And this video wouldn't be possible without Freedom Power Sports up here in Canton, Georgia. They're your go-to dealership for just about anything. They have some really nice people, and they have a really nice inventory, including this Kawisaki Z-650. So if you guys are in the area, or if you're not, be sure you come check them out. And be sure to tell them I sent you. I recently did a video on the Ninja 650, and I have since been requested to do a video on the Z-650. So, well, here we are, and see just what kind of differences I can detect between the two of them. In fact, I think riding this bike will complete all of the Z lineup that I have ridden. I've ridden the Z125, because, well, I have one of those. I have ridden the Z400, haven't quite ridden the Z650, ridden the Z900, and ridden the ZH2. So, this is the missing stone. And as far as this color scheme goes, I can definitely tell that it can be a little controversial amongst a few people, but I'm a fan of it. I like weird color schemes, to say the least. They have an R3 in there that's teal with orange wheels. For whatever reason, I like that, which is also why I have that. What are you fellas doing? Nobody hitches a ride for free. Alright, with all that out of the way, let's hop on this thing and let's get her cranked up. I've said it once, and I'll say it again. I'm not the biggest fan of how these P-twin engines sound. I don't know. I can't be the only one, right? I mean, sure, they do have a good amount of get up and go, but they almost kind of sound wimpy. But they're not, but they sound like it. Alright, let's get going. The clutch is really nice and soft and easy. Oh boy, traffic's gonna be nice to me today. But right off the bat, a solid difference between the Ninja 650 and the Z650 is the seating position. And not that the seating position on the Ninja 650, was at all aggressive. It actually had a really nice, more upright seating position than all those other sports bikes. But this is even more upright and more relaxed, if you will. And it is also still such a light bike that it's so flickable in any direction you want to go in. And of course, I don't want to get too crazy. These are brand new tires. So in the Ninja 650 video, I said that it had the wrong amount of horsepower, and with the way the internet is, I was very quickly corrected. But as far as specs go, this has a 649cc P-twin, which pushes out a healthy 67 horsepower. And on their website, they say that is good for 130 miles an hour. I'm not entirely sure if that's true, and the reason why I say that is because sometimes they're a little pessimistic on what their top speed is. Because once I said, oh, this bike can only do so and so, but then I was quickly corrected on that too. I just go off the research that's on their website, alright? Don't make fun of me too much. I would say this is bordering beginner and intermediate level riding, meaning you could feasibly get this as a first bike, and it's not gonna shoot out in between your legs because it is very predictable. So with that being said, it's just going to do what you want it to. Meaning, if you want to do 3-figure digits, then you can. Speaking of, let's take this thing to Mexico and just see what she's got. It's definitely got really good mid-range torque. But the thing I love about these 650s is that since they are so predictable, they're not going to get out of your control. You know, that's unless if you lack common knowledge. But I've said it before, unfortunately, common knowledge is not a knowledge that is commonly known. But if you don't have common knowledge, you probably shouldn't be on a motorcycle then. But that's just my opinion. But, you know, having an opinion is apparently illegal these days. But over here on the interstate, you've got plenty of power. Like, which is something that, like, say even on, like, 400s, you lack. Like, if I was on a 400 doing nearly 80 miles an hour now, and you pin it, even though I am kind of lugging it in 6th gear right now, it will still get up and go if you need to pass someone. This thing's actually really smooth out here on the interstate. Like, you don't feel any, you don't feel nervous with any weird shakiness, which is definitely not something you want while you are on the interstate. Somebody let me over. Thank you, Ford Fusion. It definitely feels really nice and planted, even doing 90 miles an hour. But at 90 miles an hour, this thing has 0 wind protection, and you start to feel it. And not only is this thing just extremely predictable, it's very forgiving. Like, you make an accidental, like, blip with the throttle. Like I said, it's not going to shoot out from under you because you have 200 horsepower that you just weren't expecting. And sure, it doesn't have, like, a lot of power, but it still has enough power to have fun just zipping around, which is really nice, especially if you'd be using this for daily commuting. But even in the lower RPMs, like I am now, this thing behaves even as if it was a 200, 300 or so on. And then once you grow the balls, you can, in fact, give it the beans, and it will obey your command. But I certainly wouldn't recommend doing that until you are ready for it. Let's see. Are we good? Do I see any of the fuzz? I don't see any, but that could mean that there are some that lurk nearby. I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit here. That wasn't quite a full throttle 0 to 60, but you can see that once you give it the beans, it'll certainly hand them to you. Hello there, Mr. Vespa. How you doing? Oh man, is my ride already over? Tragic. Even just maneuvering it is also such a light bike and easily predictable. This could be a nice bike to do your motorcycle test on. So, Would I recommend this for a first bike? Absolutely. If you can afford, well, 650 prices, 650 prices being, well, this, then absolutely, I'd say go for it. And if you are starting out on a 650, such as this one, I say you're going to hold on to it for a lot longer than you would a 300 or 400, just because you still have so much room to get comfortable with. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. Meaning, obviously, if this is your first bike, you're still even just learning the clutch, then you're going to be on this bike for a while until you go, I need more power. Alright, so if you guys have any other suggestions as to what you want to see me ride next, be sure you leave a comment below and I'm going to try my best to get my hands on one. Alright, so with all that out of the way, that is where I'm going to start wrapping up today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure you show some support by dropping a like. If you're new around here, consider hitting that subscribe button. And most importantly, be sure you hit that booty. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.